Good morning everyone, welcome back to Nat's Knacker's Yard. Are we Nat? This won't be my knacker's yard, it'll be a commute. And the observant may notice that I am doing it in comfort and style and grace. No, I'm doing it on the big boy. I'm doing it on Klaus, the BMW K1200 Luxury Tourer LT. Why are you doing that, Nat? That's a really silly idea. It probably is. And I'm also not just doing it for content. Exciting times in the knacker's yard broader. I'm changing jobs again, and I'm changing locations. I'm not moving home, which is nice. I'm actually heading back to where I was before I went into London. Which is really handy because it means that it's going to take me about 20 minutes to get to work as opposed to an hour. It also means I don't have to commute through central London, which, you know, part of me's enjoyed, but a large part of me really hasn't. It's fun in the summer when you can jump on a bike and do it. In the winter of doing it on public transport, it's just not fun. So that's in a few weeks. That's, you know, kind of midsummer-ish. So I need this big bugger today. Well, not necessarily. I need this big bugger at some point because I have a load of crap to take back from the office. Now, I've made no secret of the fact that I'm not a professional mechanic. I am a mere office waller. A desky, whatever you want to call it. If you're being retro, you'd probably say a white collar worker. Fucking a little bit of vision might be nice, mate. So I've just got shitloads of crap to take back from the office, and it's all, you know, good Nat's Knacker's Yard garage tinkerer stuff, like tools. nice things like shoes, a spare suit, an emergency suit, just in case I have to go somewhere posh. But yeah, it's the stuff that I could have ferried back in like small portions, or chucked a larger bag on my back to go to work. But I just thought, no, fuck it, I'll bring the wrong bike. I may have just stumbled across a title for this upload, the wrong bike. But yeah, we'll see. I feel really weird going to work without a backpack on and thinking, oh, I've forgotten things. It's because it's in the top box. But yeah, it feels weird. I've just got used to it. So yeah, we're going to see how a big boy like this copes. Now, particularly when the sun comes out, you do see some big old bikes. I unfortunately, I think I got rid of the footage because I do have sort of finite card space. But on the way home last week before, there was a bloody great, very new, very nice Goldwing on the way home, actually on this stretch going the other way, and it was filtering like a bad boy. The guy knew exactly how wide his bike was and knew what to do with it. Let's see if we can get through some filtering, even if I'm not going to be able to squeeze through some of the gaps that I normally squeeze through. As a couple of you guys constantly try and remind me, a bike is as wide as its bars. If you can fit the bars through, you can fit the bike through. Yeah, I get the logic. It's the practicality of it that concerns me, and the fact that it's not that it's, you know, like T-shaped, that I can squeeze it. If the front fits through, the back definitely will. It's the fact that I've got these big boxes on as well, so if I turn, there's a danger of me turning into things. But what I'm not going to do is is go full old man tourer and just sit in traffic, because that's fucking dull. I would rather struggle with loads of big bags on the train than have to do that. But what I am going to have to do is get used to the fact that I ain't going to be able to squeeze through gaps that I would normally do on the little ER6. Well, that was quite nifty. Yeah, so I will drop in and out, and I'll probably, I mean, it's way too early for me to give any sort of verdict because I'm literally sort of 15 minutes into my journey, but I'll probably give my view, if you like, rather than verdict. Gives it some sort of credibility that it probably doesn't deserve. On the way home, well, this is a new experience, filtering when you're about as large as many of the cars. I say filtering in the loosest possible sense of the word. I'm entirely sure this counts. Oh, come on, you big old bastard. Oh, this is interesting. It's okay, mate, I never used that wheel. Mince faster, young man, mince faster. The zip car is in precisely the wrong place for me. To be fair, this is pretty disastrous traffic for any bike, let alone one this size. Tiger. Yeah. Chunky lad on a sports bike, can't beat it. Yeah, I'm not sneaking in that gap if he's struggling. Although I think he may be wider than his bike. Why do I feel like I can actually bully cars? This is a weird experience. Fucking dickhead taxis in the wrong lane. Taxi, are you changing lanes or are you just pulling out? You are changing lanes. road, you idiots. Not as much fun revving this as it is mine. I would have made them shut themselves in mine. But if you bimble across a road on a green light to traffic, expect it. God, it's bright. I can't see, and I'm convinced I'm narrower than I actually am. Breathe in. Breathe in, Klaus. Oh, so tight commuting on a big ass bike. Step back, fella. I'm a big boy. I probably want to be careful saying that. I'm finding I'm having to concentrate a hell of a lot more, but I'm blaming unfamiliarity with a bike here. It's the same when you're freshly sat on any relatively new bike, and you know, this isn't new to me, but I haven't put a lot of time on it, and when I have, it's tended to be binge biking, so I'll, you know, jump on it for a few hours and park it away for many more. I'm actually in neutral there, and it was saying I was in second. That was strange. I should really look where I'm going as well, as a general rule of thumb. Ugh. Car indicating left. Take out a cyclist. I'm not quite sure where he's going. But it's okay, neither is he. Riding a grown-up bike in a not particularly grown-up fashion. Oh. You can take the dick off the back of one bike, if you put on another one, guess what? There's a dick. The old boy's just shut down the delivery, dude. That's quite funny. You're giving us cyclists a bad name. So, like inner city wise, right, okay, I'll do that again. Right, I may have dipped you in a couple of bits there. I don't know what I'm going to show and what not, but you know, that's my sort of close London, where your greatest threat, sorry, distracted, where your greatest threat is pedestrians, which, unless you're accustomed to it, how do I put this without trying to sound like I've really disappeared up my own rectum? Unless you're used to it, it's a really weird experience, because the degree of awareness you need to fucking survive is really rather high. More so than if you're in traffic, because in traffic there's specific things you're looking for. When you're in pedestrianised traffic, you're looking for fucking everything. You know, all the way up to and including the guy with a bit of a wobble that's probably a bit pissed and probably going to fall into the road, you know, that sort of thing. The crowd of teenage girls that are all selfieing and taking pictures of their phone and won't think twice about stepping into a road to get that better shot. It's kind of that thing. You know, what's a big bike like this in that situation? Well, it's bigger, it's heavier, I'm concentrating more. I'm blaming the fact that it's still quite unfamiliar in that environment to me. You know, it's like being sat on a new to you bike. But that was alright, actually. I was quite Now that bit isn't really the bit that concerns me though, it's the next bit. So it is tight filtering. You know, in town I had some false fear on, but I knew it would be okay. You just take a little bit more time. There's nobody's moving fast particularly. You know, if you're in the shit you can stop and hopefully not tumble over to the side. The bit that's coming up when I start getting onto the like the A roads on the way home, I do have some concerns about, but we'll see how we go on. I think Klaus is being a good boy. He's a good boy, Klaus. He's a big friendly dumb doggy. I've just got to remember, and it's really strange because I do I ride like a little bit of an idiot when I'm on the way, particularly home from work, I have to say. It's a good way of beating out my frustrations on the universe. I just need to remember that this is not it's not that it's not thrashable, but it can thrash me back harder because it is considerably heavier and a lot more powerful. You know, it's almost, well, it's pretty much twice the cc. It's also pretty much twice the weight, frankly, but it still can move like fairly hot snot when it wants to, and its cruise speed is considerably higher. My my ER6N is geared low, so it's got the acceleration, it's got the punch, but it doesn't have the top speed because I don't use top speed on a commute. This has got a fair amount of acceleration considering its weight specifically, but its top speed cruise is so much higher that I can happily be cruising along thinking I'm doing 30 and realising that I'm doing 50 plus. And I just need to concentrate a bit. Just need to concentrate. Yeah. When do I concentrate on a bike? Shut up, Matt.
A few moments later.
I'll tell you what, that's one thing to get used to on this bike. The wing mirrors are lower, believe it or not, considering it's such a higher bike. So instead of being at van height, I'm now at car height. Do you think they do it on purpose on bikes? They set you up for being fucked over by wing mirrors. Depending on what bike it is the height setting of them. You know what, this isn't too bad on a big ass cruiser luxury tourer. Don't get me wrong, it would be considerably fucking easier on my littler bike. Bin lorries, the scourge of cyclists, bikers, motorcyclists, whatever, same thing. Just stuck behind them and they fucking honk, particularly in this weather. Oh god, oh, it's like walking in my teenage boy's bedroom without the window open.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we're approaching like the end section, I suppose, of my commuting experience with this big old beast. I've got a bike full of stuff, which I certainly couldn't have fitted on or around the ER6. So Klaus has done what I needed from him, i.e. moving lots of stuff. So what's it like commuting on a big bike? Or certainly a K1200 luxury tourer. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. You don't get me wrong, it's tight. I think you'd get used to the tightness with time when you just get used to just how narrow or not narrow your bike is. So I've been a little bit more cautious than I would normally. It's a tourer bike, it's not a shouty, screamy, hair on fire machine. And you know, as I'm sure I've said several times in this, I don't really ride like my hair's on fire, brackets, for long, but I do occasionally, particularly when I'm blowing off a little bit of steam on the way home from work. I am a sporadic idiot, I think, like probably most of us are, to be honest. Anyone that says they're not is a little bit of a fibber, I would suggest. So it's not so much fun on that aspect of the occasional lunacy, because you can't tear ass through a little gap or see a little gap and go Hoop! But a lot of that is, I think, because I'm not quite so used to it / him, particularly at low speeds. I've got used to cruising down A roads and the odd motorway with him. The bit that he is really good at is kind of this bit, and then considerably more. He picks up pace remarkably well, and that kind of brings the fun factor back into it. So can you commute on a big ass tourer? Yes, brackets, it's not quite as much fun. Second set of brackets, but it is in some places brackets, again, just different ones. That won't be the title of this, too many brackets. Oh, there you go, there's the title, too many brackets. Cheers all.